Good afternoon, Madam Prime Minister. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Ms. Alleyne.
It is so nice to hear your voice.
Oh, thank you so much.
It is so nice to hear your voice. And, I just wanted to ask you just a couple of questions Certainly. With respect to the Venezuela intends to suspend Energy Corporation. Madam Prime Minister, how does your government respond to Vice President Delcy Rodríguez's announcement of intentions to speak with President Nicolás Maduro with the view of suspending all energy agreements with Trinidad and Tobago?
Well, Ian, thank you. I will respond to your question, but let me also say I'm very happy to hear your voice as well. And it's been a few days we haven't spoken for a while, but it's always good to hear your voice. And I know all of Trinidad and Tobago, and I understand other CARICOM islands also love to hear your voice. So thank you for sharing your voice with me this evening.
Madam Prime Minister, with all due respect, you are fully aware of what I'm doing.
Yes, I am, and you're doing great work. Continue with your good work.
Thank you. So tell me, with respect to Delcy Rodríguez's announcement of intention to speak with President Nicolás Maduro with the view of suspending all energy agreements with Trinidad and Tobago, tell me.
Okay. First of all, the government of Trinidad and Tobago has not received any official conversation or policy decisions. There's been nothing official to the government of Trinidad and Tobago. But let me say, this may be of concern to some, but it is definitely not of great concern to Trinidad and Tobago, because why? Our future does not depend on Venezuela and never was or has, because we have plans and projects to grow our economy, both within the energy and the non-energy sector. So the last government mistakenly placed all the eggs in that one dragon basket. We have not done so. And therefore, we are not susceptible to any blackmail from Venezuela for political support. We continue to maintain very peaceful relations with the people of Venezuela, and we have not had any energy discussions with the government since we came into office with the Venezuelan government. We have not had any energy discussions with them since we came into office. So that is my take on that. Whilst it may concern some, our aim is to diversify economy within the energy sector and in the non-energy sector as well.
Ma'am, could you elaborate a little more on diversifying the economy with respect to non-energy sector and energy sector?
Definitely. We have plans and projects in the tourism sector. We also have some plans and projects in the agricultural sector, and several other projects in various ministries that are non-energy matters for diversification. We're also looking at, one second. Yes, we've also will be launching next week a full discussion and consultation with stakeholders, that is with the state enterprises sector, with the private sector, and of course the government sector. We intend to launch next week. We roll out some of those plans and projects in more detail next week, when you can get some more details about it. But we are not putting all our eggs in the energy basket, and most certainly we are not putting all the eggs in the dragon basket.
Ma'am, how do you describe the Vice President Delcy Rodríguez's statement accusing Trinidad and Tobago of collaborating with CIA to wage a war on Venezuela? What's your reaction to her claim?
Well, again, I have no official communication from that, but I can answer. That is not true. What is taking place now are joint training exercises between the U.S. and our military here for improving our internal security. And I will share with you here, and I stand by my words, no one, whether it's the Venezuelan government, CARICOM, or any other entity, no one will pressure us or blackmail my government into retreating from the fight against drug cartels. So you know what? You must be as I am, because you're on that beat. Mm-hmm. We are tired of seeing our citizens murdered, terrorized because of gang violence, driven by drugs illegally, arms trafficking, human trafficking. The safety of our citizens is my duty and my main concern, and we will do what we can to keep them safe and make them safer.
As we continue, Madam Prime Minister, U.S. military cooperation in the USS Gravely visit. The arrival of the U.S. Gravely and joint exercises with the Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force have drawn criticism from Venezuela. How do you respond to concerns that Trinidad and Tobago is being used as a base for U.S. military operation? That's what they're saying, that Trinidad is being used as a base.
Well, that is certainly not true. Absolutely untrue. We are not being used as a base. We have had ships come here before. Ship came now, and ships will come after, because we have a history of cooperation with the United States. I mean, you must remember the United States is one of the largest nations, one of our largest trading partners, and of course we have a history of cooperation between the two nations. So I say categorically,
so there is an agreement.
Have no plan. We have no plan. We have no plan. No plans for Trinidad to be used as a base for any military interventions anywhere else.
How do you balance national security cooperation with the U.S. while maintaining good relations with your regional neighbors?
We maintain that we have good relations and all good things for the people of Venezuela. We stand in solidarity with the people of Venezuela, and I can balance it in that regard, because that is our intent. We have no intention, as I say, for Trinidad and Tobago to use as a base. There's been no such request from the U.S., and instead requests for training and help, even humanitarian projects like these militiamen who are here could help us with projects at schools or even some of our dilapidated bases, military bases in the country. So that is what this visit is about, that military cooperation for training and for humanitarian benefits as well to the people of Trinidad and Tobago.
Do you think that you have full support from your regional heads in what's happening?
Well,
Go ahead.
It is clear. I'll be burying my head in the sand if I were to say yes. It is very clear that some of our CARICOM partners have taken a different view by talking about a zone of peace. But there is no zone of peace in Trinidad and Tobago. Maybe there's a zone of peace in some of those other CARICOM neighbors, because they are further north. We are the closest here to the mainland. And of course, we are being hit, I think, really seriously hit with the drug trafficking, the gangs, the cartels, the human trafficking, the gun running. That is not happening in their country, because they are not having 600 murders in a year, The level of their crime is not what is happening in Trinidad and Tobago. So they are saying it's a zone of peace, keep a zone of peace. But Trinidad and Tobago is definitely not a zone of peace. We have witnessed too many murders, too much crime, and too much drug running, human trafficking, gun running to Trinidad and Tobago. So CARICOM is proving to be an unreliable partner in some regards, because they chose Venezuela over Trinidad. They chose Venezuela over Trinidad. And that is something we need to remember.